Hello, Shelley Fishel from Tomorrow's VA here. Today I'd like to talk to you about the right way versus the wrong way to create a formula or a sum in Excel. So when you were at school, you would have learnt to write down 3 plus 2 equals 5, and that would have given you your answer, and that would be absolutely right, and you could do it in your head. And if you were using a calculator, then you'd turn it on, you'd type in 3 plus 2 equals, and it will tell you it's 5. Excel doesn't really work like that. If you have your spreadsheet, which is arranged as a grid, and along the top of your grid you have columns which are labelled with the letters of the alphabet, and down the side you have rows which are numbered, and there are over 1 million of those, and the letters go from A to Z, and then they start again Z A Z B and so on. So there's loads and loads. There's about 256 columns or so, and you would write 3 in cell A1, the top cell, and 2 in cell A2, the one underneath it, and then in cell A3 you would want to get that to add up. And what you might do is you might do A1 plus A2 equals and expect it to work, because that's what you would expect. You might even type 3 plus 2 equals and expect Excel to work it out. Well, it won't, because that's not the correct way to do it in Excel. All Excel formula flip it around and they start with an equal sign. So the first thing you'll need to type is equals. Now, if you typed in cell A3 equals 3 plus 2, it will work and it will add that up and give you 5. However, that's not really the right way to do it. When we work in Excel, eventually you'll be working on big spreadsheets with lots and lots of calculations, and you will have many calculations that depend on other calculations. What we want to make sure is that if one of the numbers in one of the earlier calculations changes, it filters through to all the later calculations. If we type hard-coded numbers into our calculations, and let's say you've got 10 or 20 calculations in your spreadsheet, you would have to go and find every single time you had typed that number in to make a change. We avoid that by using what are known as cell references. So remember, I said we put the number 3 in the first cell, which is called A1, and the number 2 underneath it in the second cell, which is called A2, column A, row 1, row 2. Now, if we use our equal sign and we use the cell references, A1 plus A2, we'll get the answer. Not only that, if one of those numbers was to change at a later date, that will work perfectly well, and all of the underlying calculations will change. I've written about it quite extensively in some of my blog posts on Tomorrow's VA, and you can also find out more by getting my book. This is a published book on Amazon. It's called Business Barista: Essential Excel Skills to Streamline Your Business. And it follows the journey of Matt Salmon, who is setting up the best coffee shop in the world called Coffee Island. It takes you through from setting up his menu as a list right the way through to making things add up and working out if he's profitable. So the right way to write to write formulas or sums in Excel is always start with an equals, use cell references, and you can't go wrong. See you soon.